All right, welcome to another deep dive. This time, we're going underground into Neil Gaiman's Neverwhere.
Yes.
So if you haven't read the book, or maybe it's been a while, this is your chance to really get a feel for it as we go chapter by chapter.
That's right. A close look at the narrative itself.
Exactly. No tangents, no theories, just the story, straight up.
That's the plan.
So buckle up and get ready to explore Neverwhere.
A world beneath the streets of London.
Okay, so we start, obviously, at the beginning, chapter 1.
Richard Mayhew.
Perfect title, right to the point.
Hmm.
Who is this guy? What's his deal?
Well, he's very much an everyman, living a pretty normal life in London.
Ordinary bloke.
Yeah, ordinary engaged, office job, the whole 9 yards.
Gaiman really lays that on thick, doesn't he?
He does, almost like he's saying this could be anyone.
Right, like you listening right now could be Richard.
Precisely.
Okay, so we've got our ordinary guy, chapter 2.
Meeting door.
Ooh, things are about to get interesting. I can feel it.
This is where Richard's life changes big time.
He meets Door, right?
He does. A young woman, injured, bleeding. Quite badly, actually.
And everyone's telling him to just leave her be.
Right, mind your own business. That's London, right?
But Richard.
He doesn't. He helps her. Despite all the warnings, despite his own hesitation.
And this one decision.
Changes everything.
Yeah, it throws him headfirst into a world he never knew existed.
London Below.
Chapter 3. We're really getting into it now.
That's right. Entering London Below, we see this hidden world through Richard's eyes.
And it's not just like a sewer system, is it?
No. It's so much more than that. Tunnels, ancient spaces, a whole society living under the city.
And we're talking mythical creatures, forgotten gods, the whole shebang.
Exactly. Dangerous and magical all at the same time.
It's amazing how quickly Gaiman pulls us into this world.
He's a master at that.
Okay, so Richard's way over his head at this point, right?
He is.
Needs some help navigating this place.
And that's where his companions come in.
Chapter 3 introduces us to...
The Marquis de Carabas.
Ooh, what a name.
Right. He's a trickster, clever, enigmatic.
And then there's Hunter.
Fierce, strong, a warrior, really.
They both sound like they'd be helpful to have around in London Below.
Absolutely essential for survival down there.
So we've got the companions. But what about Door? We still don't know much about her.
Chapter 4 delves into her past.
Door's family and enemies.
It turns out her family was once very powerful in London Below.
Really?
Yeah, they ruled it, but they were betrayed and murdered, leaving
Wow.
Door the sole survivor.
So not only is she injured and lost...
She's also being hunted.
by
Mr. Croup and Mr. Vandemar?
the assassins.
Ruthless, terrifying. But they put on this polite facade.
Chilling.
Exactly, that makes them even more frightening.
Okay, so we've got Door on the run, powerful family in the past, these assassins on her trail.
And Richard, caught in the middle of it all.
Chapter 5.
Richard's journey and transformation.
He's not just an observer anymore, is he?
No, he's actively involved, facing challenges.
Give me an example.
Well, there's the Angel Islington. An angel.
Yeah, not what you'd expect, though. And the night market, a dangerous, bustling place.
Sounds intense.
It is. Richard even has to cross a bridge guarded by a terrifying creature.
Each of these encounters.
Forces him to adapt, to grow.
It's like a metaphor for his internal journey.
You're getting it. He's shedding his old identity, becoming someone new.
Someone who can survive in London Below.
Precisely.
Okay, so we're heading towards the climax now, chapter 6.
The climax and resolution.
The showdown with Croup and Vandemar.
It all comes to a head. A battle of wills, tests of loyalty, and unexpected twists.
I can't wait to hear what happens.
It's a wild ride.
All right, so next time on the deep dive, we'll finish up Neverwhere, talking about the resolution and those deeper themes Gaiman explores.
That's a powerful ending, that's for sure.
I can't wait to discuss it.
Yeah.
So until next time, keep exploring those hidden worlds.
And remember, Neverwhere is closer than you think.
So last time on the deep dive, we left off with quite a cliffhanger.
We did.
Richard, Door, their companions, facing off against Croup and Vandemar. Those assassins are something else, aren't they?
Yeah, seriously creepy. But they're not just mindless killers.
No, they're smart, cunning.
Psychologically manipulative.
Oh, absolutely. They love those mind games.
And poor Richard. He starts out as this ordinary guy.
Right, just an average bloke.
And now he has to find the strength to take on these terrifying figures.
It's a real test for him.
So tell me, does good triumph over evil?
Well, it's not a simple answer.
I figured as much.
It's Gaiman, after all. Things are never black and white.
So there's a sense of victory.
Yes, but also a bittersweet realization.
What do you mean?
Richard has changed. The journey has changed him. He can't go back to his old life.
He's crossed a threshold.
Exactly. He's found his place in London below, but at a cost.
It's a powerful idea, isn't it?
It really is.
It's about finding where you belong, even if it means leaving everything you knew behind.
And the fact that London below, this hidden world of outcasts, becomes his sanctuary.
Yeah, that's so poignant.
It makes you think about what's truly important.
What we value, what we consider real.
Exactly. The ordinary world, London above, is where Richard felt lost.
But in this extraordinary hidden place,
Never.
that's where he finds himself.
It's a beautiful paradox.
It is.
And I think it speaks to something we often overlook.
What's that?
The unseen, the marginalized, the people and places on the fringes of society.
Gaiman gives them a voice, doesn't he?
He does. The forgotten, the outcasts, the others.
And there's magic in that, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. Neverwhere is a celebration of imagination, of belief.
And of finding your tribe, no matter how unlikely the place.
Precisely. Like Richard does with the Marquis, with Hunter, with all those strange characters.
Speaking of, we have to talk about those characters more.
Oh, yes, they're fantastic, aren't they?
So unique and memorable, like the Angel Islington, the Black Friars, the Rat Speakers.
Well, like Gaiman took archetypes from mythology, from folklore, and gave them a modern twist.
It adds those layers of symbolism and meaning, right?
Exactly. Think about the Marquis de Carabas, for example.
The trickster, the charmer.
He's got that Puss in Boots vibe, you know?
Oh, I see what you mean.
There's more to him than meets the eye.
He's not just a helper.
No, he's got his own agenda operating in the shadows.
Wow, I never thought of it that way.
That's what makes Neverwhere so fascinating. You keep uncovering new layers.
So it's not just a fun adventure story.
No, it's also an exploration of identity, of belonging, of facing your fears.
And finding magic in the most unexpected places.
Precisely.
We've really gotten deep into Neverwhere, haven't we?
We have.
Not just the plot points, but like the bigger picture stuff.
Yeah, Gaiman's choices, the symbolism, all those great characters.
But there's one thing we haven't touched on yet.
The impact, right. Neverwhere's legacy goes beyond the book itself.
You're talking adaptations.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't just a hit as a novel, it's been brought to life in other ways, too.
Like what?
Well, there's the BBC miniseries back in '96.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And then later on, a graphic novel adaptation.
Illustrated by...
Glenn Fabry, yeah.
So we've got the book, the miniseries, the graphic novel, each one offering a different perspective on the same story.
Exactly, different lenses through which to view Neverwhere.
All right, let's start with the miniseries.
Okay.
For someone who's only read the book, what should they expect? What's similar? What's different?
Well, the atmosphere, that's spot on, you know, that gritty, otherworldly feel of London below.
Yeah, they nailed that.
Definitely. And the casting was great, too.
I especially liked Gary Bakewell as Richard.
Oh, he was perfect. Really captured that ordinary guy, thrust into extraordinary circumstances.
And Patterson Joseph as the Marquis.
So charming, so sly, just the right mix.
But it's still an adaptation, right? So some things had to change.
Of course. Some characters got combined, some plot points tweaked, and the ending's a bit different.
Makes sense. Limited time to tell the story.
Exactly. But even with those changes, the essence of Neverwhere is still there.
Okay, what about the graphic novel? How does that compare?
Oh, the artwork is stunning. Glenn Fabry's style is perfect for Neverwhere.
Yeah, I've seen some of the panels.
So detailed, so evocative. It's like stepping right into the book.
The way he portrays Dor, for instance.
Beautiful, right. That ethereal quality Gaiman describes, it's right there on the page.
And the graphic novel format allows for a different kind of storytelling, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Certain scenes, certain emotions, they hit you differently when you see them visually.
So for a true Neverwhere fan, checking out both the miniseries and the graphic novel is a must.
I'd say so. They add new dimensions to the story, let you experience it in different ways.
Wow, this has been a fantastic deep dive.
It has.
We've covered so much ground, haven't we?
From the characters to the plot to the themes and even the adaptations.
It's clear that Neverwhere is a book that stays with you.
It does. And for you, our listener, we hope this deep dive has sparked your curiosity to explore further.
Maybe watch the miniseries, check out the graphic novel, or just spend some time reflecting on what Neverwhere means to you.
It's a story that's open to interpretation, full of layers to uncover.
So keep those eyes peeled for those hidden worlds, those unexpected doorways.
You never know where they might lead.
And until next time on The Deep Dive, happy exploring.
Happy exploring.